Okay. Hey there, viewers, fans, subscribers, all the same. And welcome back to the next episode here in the Thespacebridge, where I'm just sitting and going over some stuff collective across the scenes. So I'm making my runs back here through DragonBall FighterZ, the home base. Huh? Yeah, we do. We got the main camera on right now. We're good. We got it going on right now. But for real though. So in today's chapter, I'm going to be talking about something deep here for community camaraderie, the unity aspect, and what we're working on in order to establish for this generational value and the generational growth to clean up last generation. So I'm here to assess a channel inconsistency, possibly even a social error that's allowed a pattern for inclusive theft out here for free viewing activity that people didn't or don't really pay attention to like that. Or they just don't pay attention or just don't care until it's you in the middle of it, right? Or until you're caught in the middle. And now you care, you don't want to be one. You want to be a poser in order to duck accountability. Of a free ride, essentially. This is one replay viewing example I'm going over today, but there could be others out there in the feed that I haven't even discovered yet compared to the handful that have come and gone through the years, that have been gradually established by now through the scenes. They've been grandfathered into the system in a way for good recognition and value in contributing to a lot of the stuff growing in the scene. And I'll delve into that also while I'm going through. I'm going to be talking about a handful, probably even a lot of different replay channels that have come and gone through the years. Some of us in the community here do know or have aspired to probably be a part of, or ended up actually inadvertently becoming a part of over the years. And through our growths through both DragonBall FighterZ, or maybe even Guilty Gear, or Marvel, or what have you, whatever games that existed in like the early stages of a lot of these replays during the online era of video gaming. Potentially, you could argue early COVID. I would say also pre-COVID. 2017, 2018, I think was when we started noticing a pretty good pattern of like the off-brand and then the concrete replay channels that were coming in through a lot of the scenes out there. There's some that are tackled. There's others where they will have a scene out there. Some that do have replay channels for different regions, or that one or two designated ones where they focus regionally, where they focus NA, or they focus EU, or Japan, or Brazil, or Germany, or wherever across the world. That way it's not just home-based people. That way, okay, it's like it's a small content creator channel thing. So the replay, this is one I'm going to be going over here for today. And I'm going to be looking at BeAPro FGC here. It's a potentially aspiring DragonBall YouTube replay channel that popped up on the map not that long ago. I want to say roughly about a year ago. He posts like damn near every fucking day, so I can't actually like accumulate a specific time frame, but it's been, let me see, 5 months, 6 months back. 5 months. Yeah, let's just say it's been easily a year now at this point, because I see 5 to 6 months, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's been at this for about a year. So this channel features a lot of high-level based games and sets and tournament sets across DragonBall FighterZ. What it doesn't feature is a respective idea of where any of them came from, and that's a part of the issue today that I want to really address, and I want to make that as clear as possible, because it didn't take long for this channel to get to this productively high state of traffic simply for doing a lot of this botting ass viewership shit, because it's catering to the ungrateful hive mind of take and not give back. Replay channels have existed for years and are often the necessity of filling a real need by archiving high level, sometimes top level matches that would otherwise be difficult to find, right? Older FGC discussions can also show that many players relied on dedicated uploaders for daily replay content. So needless to say, authenticity, while it varies a lot, it also matters a lot, right? The issue that I'm taking a look at today is if there's anything with these channels that have any pending adding or subtracting misleading narratives, or any use of AI via like generating voices or editing, or maybe just doing some simple ass shit by putting music in the background or some shit. Or are we cherry picking matches in order to make players look stronger or weaker than they actually are? Are we re-uploading content without permission or attribution? There's a couple of ways to look at this, and I'm sure there's people on both sides of the fence, depending upon how lightly you take these matters or how seriously you also take these matters. So again, let's take a look at the scene here from the FGC, the State of the FGC group assessment that Noah, Bigger Fish, and Saturn had. And then we're also going to go ahead and take a look at the preceding channels, like what I talked about, and go over a couple of things here that come to mind when I think about like the practicality in a replay channel, usually without it really being an issue. So
it's like that. It's like that the ugly girl who has a glow up in college, and then she acting brand new on niggas, because you forgot what it was like when you was ugly, or the nigga who had no money. Or the nigga who had no money hit the lotto and to come up, oh yeah, nigga, I told you, nigga, nigga. No, you're lame with money now. That's what you are. That's what I mean about being part of the problem or part of the solution. Making content. Niggas think they gotta get $1 million. I gotta be the next Kai Snet if I'm gonna do this, man. No, bro. You need to make a living. That's all you need to do. You need to make your job check through content. That's it. Once you're able to do that, you've now beaten the matrix in terms of the FGC broke nigga shit. Because now you know what you can start doing? You don't even gotta be a TO. You can hit up TOs. Hey yo, I got a 100 ball right now for a money match. And I just want to host it. Oh yo, I got 1,000. Never mind, I got money now. I make 50, 70K off Twitch and YouTube. $1,000 money match. So and so versus so and so. What's up? Hey, they ain't gotta put down shit. Just pull up. Yeah, nigga, what's up? Yeah,
that's
I got all day too.
That's why I'm saying the replay channels should be doing this shit.
No,
bro.
the replay. No, and this we getting at them because these niggas should definitely be putting up their bread. $1,000 money.
They're
matches.
Making a living, bro. More than a living.
Yo, bro,
stealing.
Just posting replays.
Cracking
turning
heads.
on that game and just posting shit.
Stealing content without like consent, bro.
That is AI levels of bad, because that's basically some AI shit. You know what I mean? Niggas ripping content.
They don't have a face.
They don't got no face.
No one, and what's crazy, no one says anything about it. No one cares.
They be like,
it's informative. Like,
no, so I ain't gonna front. I was part of that where I was like, yo, bro, these replay channels are game changing. But then once you broke it down to me, I was like, yo, bro, but they're just ripping content and they're getting paid for it. And even then, I still wasn't moved. But then the closer was, they're not giving back to the community in a financial way, and you know that the FGC broke. We too broke for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a pitch in.
Peeps just want to see highlights, consent or not. That's unfortunately facts. They don't care about the story sometimes. They just want to see them.
And it would make them bigger.
They just want the bass drop. They don't want the rest of the song.
Yeah, bro.
It would make them bigger, and they would actually be doing some real work, not just stealing content. Throwing an OST in the background.
Man.
Yeah, dumb shit. And the thing
they don't
is,
even be adding no transitions in between, because there's like no editing,
raw, no edit, just raw replay. Raw replay, no
That's why
commentary.
I respected Yoga Flame, because he had like some edits in his fighters videos, but Zeus is still like they ain't doing shit.
Bro, and the thing is, so here's the thing, right? This right here, this video, this collab, and all of this shit where we getting at these niggas is part of the solution. Because even if niggas start like, oh man, these niggas, the awareness is up now. Niggas' awareness is like, wait a minute, what? They are really just, what? Because like you said, no one's, I didn't even think like that until you brought it up. And that was like 2 weeks ago. Nigga, since Fighter's been out for the past 8 years, I've been going to those replay channels faithfully, not seeing a problem. For 8 years, I didn't see a problem until I was made aware. These type of videos bring awareness to the dumb shit that is out here in this poverty-stricken community that is the FGC.
Like, he got 158K.
Oh, wait, who?
Zeus is.
That's
oh, wait, no, he's making a living off of this shit.
That's what I'm saying. from posting fighters.
I did not know that, bro.
That's the infinite money glitch.
Yo, nah. The infinite money glitch is crazy. Yo, wait.
Just because he was around since the beginning and been consistent, stealing people's shit, he's on top.
Watching too, bro. That's the fucked up part. I be watching that shit. The games be mad good, bro. I be like, damn, who is this Goku Black player? I don't know.
And then don't even start on him, like with the crazy thumbnails, like.
Nah, that's facts. What up, Boomer? What up, man?
Damn,
dude, black on black, bro. Like,
bro, because I really like. I don't always watch that shit, but I'm definitely like, especially if there's like, they're like Wawa's new team. I'd be like,
yo, bro,
look, and y'all know what video I'm talking about. That's why y'all laughing. Y'all seen that?
Bro, I got a whole playlist of their replay.
This is what 3,002 plus hours looks
like. Dog, yeah, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. But the other side of it, D Legend is saying, is it does give players extra exposure, because who doesn't want their matches highlighted? How do you feel about that? That is facts. I learned about
You should be supporting the actual creator, though. Like,
but look, that's like getting a Vlad TV interview, because I didn't even know who Dell was if it wasn't for the BeAPro replay video channel. I didn't even know who Dell. Yeah, facts. I didn't even know that nigga existed.
But the difference with Vlad, that they got consent. Like, he don't got consent. He just taking shit.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because I think it's better if you follow something like a tournament and they post those things and you can come and find that shit from those people, because now you have the face, you have the real people that are posting those content, and you go and you find those people and you find your own gameplay and you're like, look at this. Other than just like a high level replay random channel that has 1 billion subs and they're getting millions of views and you don't even know them, they don't even have, like, you're not laughing at them or nothing, you're not having a good time, it's nothing relatable, it's just gameplay, nothing else. Like, I think that's what people like TOs are here for. Like, I think that is why we need to we need to switch it from going to high-level replay channels. We need to go to these people who are trying to organize tournaments and go check out their shit and see what they're talking about instead.
Bro, there's so many people that post their tournament VODs and they get no views.
Bro, so the thing is, right? I was saying this the other day in a stream. I was like, every streamer and content creator should be super fans of one another.
So, I'm going to take a look through some of these things here while we're going through here. So, for instance, Yoga Flame. Yoga Flame was the replay channel of yore that Saturn had referenced in the discussion portion. Yoga Flame was originally a Street Fighter 4 replay channel that then traversed into Dragon Ball FighterZ and a handful of other games at the time, but that's where it originally started from, as like a Street Fighter 4 exclusive thing, then branched out into other things for Street Fighter 5 or Marvel vs. Capcom or Fighters or whatever it's doing now. Which, let's see, what is it doing now? Ingrid, never mind, it's doing Street Fighter-y things like I thought. So, back to playlists. Let's go to Dragon Ball FighterZ. So, Dragon Ball FighterZ, 480 videos here. This is 8 years ago. Yeah. So, yeah, the thumbnail presentation here is all really clean in my opinion. Yoga himself, one of the original things here, is grown into a go-to home for high-level replays, standout montages, and a diverse range of FGC content across multiple titles. It once boasted over 400,000 uploads, but more than 300,000 videos were deleted to condense the archive from single replays into curated montages. Okay, so videos had to be deleted or curated over time, respectfully, in order to kind of clean up the presentation of the channel, or I guess, if I'm reading that right. But for a good 4,000-ish videos, is 1,000 now, but for a good 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus, I think the presentation for all these were really nice. Let's just pick Let's pick one of modern day. Let's take a look at Invincible versus.
Your home deserves a summer up.
Don't need to look at that. If it can skip, that would be nice. The comment section. Hello? If I can look at it down here, that would be nice. Hang on, I gotta back up. We want Doggo. I saw the video and they use it this one. I thought it. Okay, so it's just thing down below. There's no real thing with that. So let's look at the Dragon Ball stuff here real quick, if I can. I want to look at the Dragon Ball content here real quick. Let's just pull up the Dragon Ball playlist. That's a Tatsunoko and Nakiel. I remember. Oh, it's still in my like pages. Link to his stream. Yeah, see, full permission to use that. DeviantArtist. The track playing, for those who don't know, is called West City OST. Okay, let's take a look at who else. That was Nakiels I was looking at. Let's look at Amazing Unknown Player, Sheen Captain Ginyu. So let's look at this one. Latest upload, Absol Sheen. You saw him on his channel first before he gets uploaded by everybody else on YouTube. Amazing player, brings more to the spotlight. He's the Ginyu player. Sheen. Yeah, even mentioned Sheen's YouTube or his Twitch. Okay. Hook, Namekians, Tatsunoko. Let's look at Tatsunoko, because I know Tatsunoko was like a really good variety player that played the hell out of a lot of stuff with Krillin and then Ginyu and moved into a lot of stuff himself over here for Tatsunoko. Twitch and Twitter is Tatsunoko, a well-known dedicated gamer. Yeah, so he even mentions the Twitch and the Twitter. He doesn't actually give the @ but it gives you an idea, so that way it gives you something to go off of in order to find the person. So respectfully speaking, yeah, Yoga Flame does really good honoring of the players' works and credibility by mentioning the players. So they also have references here to go to them. So I like this. So Yoga Flame, that's a definite. That's a plus. Okay, next up is GGOTUBE. I remember this one back on the world tour for Dragon Ball. It was back in either 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. But I remember this because it's a Japanese and South Korean focused channel for YouTube. This is where you can see a lot of the stuff here for a lot of our contacts over the way. Yeah, so rank games, the King of DBFZ, Sunday, Wawa, and Gropus. So yeah, stuff that's basically EU focused or Japan or Korea. Everything here for that with Dragon Ball FighterZ is basically on this channel. It doesn't focus on American based players for Dragon Ball FighterZ. They're focused on non-American based players for content. Let me see if I can pull up something here. Kiori, GG Go Gang God, J Cool, Gotaku. Shoot, would be nice if I could get a playlist outline here. Kamikaze, KR Tournament, that's El Kizzy, Combo Guide, Games, 3 vs 3 Tournament, GGO game. That's a live full video. Oh, I was just looking at that. Hang on. Trying to pull this up here for the playlist. That's a stream. Pro replays. Let's look at the pro replays. That was Gropus and Wawa. I would like to see the playlist, if that would be nice. Yeah, it even has them here for Wawa and Gropus. It has their Twitter generally here, so if you want, you can also follow the channels here. Can I look at the playlist? Oh, here we go. View full playlist. Okay, channel sensitive. Gotcha. So what is here? So Wawa and Gropus. Gropus is Scarlet Photon. I remember Photon. That was the adult Gohan player. Leshar, BB&Bs. Big Dark Lagrasa. Kane. Fenriddy. Fever. Aqua. I remember Aqua. Masters of the Sun and Family. That was Yasha and Scarlet Photon. Silver Blades. That was the Nappa Beerus player. Obi Assassin. Yep, Mr. Popo. Genus God. Wawa's Break. Android 17 needs a nerf in the Cool Kid. Okay, that's kind of surprising. I wonder, let's see, does it have their stuff down here below? The Cool Kid's Twitter, Redmond, yeah, and his YouTube, absolutely. That was Nerf back when he was running all the androids. It doesn't have Nerf's Twitter. You know what? That was actually back. It was 2021, so that might have been actually like way before Nerf was streaming, because Nerf became a streamer after he got like a pretty good amount of the clout, and then he just started, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and just be Mr. Streamer. That way he could actually bank off that content and being that nigga, being that Android 17 player that's like a demon online. So that way, because before him, no, he was the first one. Him and Axice were the first ones. Axice kind of sort of took the credit because it was a bigger player, but it was always 17 needs a nerf. It was always that 17 in the shadows that just smokes other 17 players because he just knows all this shit. Good to see top online players who actually block and respect block streams when needed. Comeback was insane. Players' official channel are written in video description. Check out more of the Cool Kid. Yeah, so this is mainly focusing Cool Kid. It didn't focus Android. It didn't focus Nerf at the time because Nerf didn't have his own channel at that point. But yeah, so let's check out one more, and then I'm actually kind of good here. Baby's new meta. Aqua versus Mado. Leshar versus Hit. Subatomic. Let's check out Cloud and Subatomic Sabers. Cloud and Subatomic Sabers. Subatomic Sabers and Cloud. Yeah, so he basically takes the time there to really sit and honor the players. Also mentions the media that they were using at the time and all that stuff. Subatomic Sabers is famous for the fusions. He's famous for using Vegito and Gotenks, especially Gotenks. The man literally founded the Ghost Oki. It's because of videos like these that we were able to even find out about like a lot of the founding Gotenks players that literally derived all of their tech of Gotenks and the Ghosties from Subatomics. And Cloud, yeah, Cloud's one of the original Kid Buu players. Not so much the original Kid Buu Adult Gohan. Adult Gohan is like one of his characters, but the Kid Buu Adult Gohan shell was like respectfully Nakiel's shell before it was his shell. So, food for thought. I just know all this stuff because I just remember from watching like earlier replays, like a channel just like this, because it's up on my feeds and my favorites from time to time because I used to watch this during the COVID time from time to time. But yeah, so this does also feature the Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube, which was like the main avenues that people use in order to accredit success and all that stuff. So yeah, so GeoTube is another one I would say that definitely was a good one in its time. It doesn't do it anymore. They do more gameplays and other things that's going on also in North and South Korea, or just Korean focused gaming. So hey, more power to it, and it attributes a lot to the founding works of the scene. So I'm happy. Okay, so next up is Cusack. Cusack is another channel that comes up in my feed from time to time. I just don't give this channel that much attention. I know there's a lot of stuff here that's very relevant. There's a lot of stuff that's also very relevant right now that isn't AI generated per se. It just does have a lot of like characters and works and whatnot, which is it look. And then the stuff down here, which this I will give credit to for DBFZ one section here, that these are all pretty clean because it's using stuff from in-game. It's using in-game footage and whatnot as the actual thumbnail. So you're not trying to go out of your way in order to make a very sloppy presented thumbnail for the lack of presentation or better presentation. So let's just pick one down below here and see what we got here. So let's look at Matoy and Tachikawa from 5 years ago. Videct and Puff Cakes. I know those. I know Puff. Videos to provide educational high-level content so the viewers can learn new combos. Disclaimer, all the footage seen in this video was recorded by myself. Copyright-free music, video edits, and more for the purpose of educational entertainment. Zero footage was taken from Twitch, YouTube, or any other streaming/VOD platform. All footage seen in this video is copyright free and captured directly from video to game console. I mean, the thing at the top could probably be better, but sure. Okay, but also no, there is nothing here for that, so that's also a no. So let's look at, who do they even have on file? Maz, Waniko, DBF Fighter, and Hook and Got. Okay, which DBF Fighter? Because I hadn't seen, hell, I myself have fought damn near 12, 13 different DBFZ fighters, and each one of them is a bigger jackass than the next one. Let's see here. Gracias. There's nothing here, too. It's just a hook dick sucker in the comment section. Let's look at Dangel and Hook Gang God. I know for sure Hook is, well, obviously a streamer. Dangel has content. No, nothing for that. Last one. Let's look at Chocolate Sexy. Fox. Let's look at Fox and Easy Mans. Because I'm noticing a thing here where a lot of these are definitely players, not all from NA. Only the ones from NA are just specific ones that are always identifiable. But this is focusing names from other places in the EU or other alternate European region with our brothers and sisters over on that side, for all of the intents and purposes, for showcasing a lot of players that probably don't really have a platform over there, or that either do have like Twitch or Twitter or a YouTube of their own and they're just not featured, or they don't have one, for the lack of a better term. Which, again, I poke a hole in my own logic, because there's a few of these people here that, for the lack of a better term, like, okay, Hook Gang God, Wawa, Taco for sure, Wawa, definitely, Shingo. Let's look at Shingo. I know Shingo does. I was literally on Shingo's stream not that long ago. Shingo has content out the ass. No. What the? Okay, I guess it doesn't bother Shingo. Respectfully, it doesn't bother Shingo. But that should be a wake-up call, though, for other people. Just for, like, the sake of content farming, that's not okay. Like, he has consent, because, I mean, it's getting his name out. It's getting his name out there respectfully. So I'm not against that. But, again, credit. There isn't anything here to really show where that came from. So, okay, on the plus side, this features more EU-based names than NA-based names. Negative side is that there isn't a way to know where the hell all these people come from. Even at the top of the ladder or close to the top of the ladder, half these cats that come from the other side of the fence that are at the top of the food links, at the top of their food chain for EU, do have content. They do have Twitter. They do have Twitch. So the fact that this dude doesn't know kind of gives me the idea that he might be a poser, respectfully speaking. So, purpose of this, for videos are first used, recording Elgato, edit program, Adobe Premiere. The purpose of this video is to provide educational. All footage seen is copyright free and copied directly from the video game console. It's copied from replays on the game on the video game console, yes. So, I'm 50-50 on this one. I'll give credit because at least one of the creators down there that is featured in here that does play at a high level, one of my colleagues, Shingo, okay, he does actually takes pride and joy in seeing that he's featured here. So I mean, I'll give him that he's happy for it. I can't say the same for myself or other people that would probably be abhorred or would be like very disappointed or ashamed that there's no credibility here for this. So personally, I don't like this. Generally speaking, I'll put it in the middle. I put it at a direct 50-50 for this channel. Okay, next is this little channel that does still get some play, and it got a pretty good amount from the closing tour from patch 1.5. But this is the DragonBall Fighters Replay channel, which is the Battlefield of Legends. It's not an official channel. It just has, again, a good amount of features between Dragon Ball Fighters or Rivals or 2XKO from what it's looking at here. So let's take a look in here. Milk Drinker versus Frank Lucas, the high-level gameplay. Let's take a look in here. If you like the content, then make sure to subscribe and like the channel. So, no, nothing there. Bardock and Majin Buu. There's Bonrad and the Great Saiya Dude. No. So nothing there. Let's see here. Let's look at Kuro Saraf. So hold my pride in Kuro Saraf. If you love competitive matches, be sure to live in non-stop action, high-level gameplay, competitive action. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, so again, no. Alekovic and Daniel. Daniel's Deadly Goku faces off against Alekovic's Insane Master Roshi. No comments, just watching. And kind of just bot liking. If you love pro level reactions. Okay, so again, that's a no. Squitter and Zangetsu. Pref and ID Master. KJ Pixel SS Blue. Tohan. Spud, Diangulator, Geo1. Fifth's Mama's Boy, JF Lunch, D'Angelo, KJ Pixel, and somebody. The Great Saiya Dude and ID Master. Drunken Master. Have an idea 2 months ago. Yes, this dude was also just uploading shit for the sake of uploading shit to somewhere around here where none of this contextually works, where it's just footage, but there's also no sourcing of the footage, which again leads me to kind of believe that after a certain point he's just uploading just to upload shit. There's not there's nothing here that really fully dedicates the commitment to it being a Dragon Ball channel, and there's nothing that also fully commits to the process of giving credibility for what portions that are here. Oh, hang on, I reached the end of the feed here. Hang on. So this channel was made 4 months ago. Okay, I retract everything that I was thinking to a degree. So there is a small sense of professionalism with a channel like this, but it's not big to where any of this is really noteworthy. There has to be more traction on this channel. There also has to be credibility for this. The thumbnail game, I believe, is decent. It's not trying to be overly deceptive. There's no misleading narrative about the thumbnails. There's a misleading narrative about the longevity of the channel. There's no cherry picked of matches at this time in order to make players look better than they are. I will say though, instead of trying to get on the bandwagon to showcase a lot of the other things that other channels are doing to get other names out there for this generation, you're focusing immediately on the Dragon Ball Fighters stuff from the Master Showdown. The Master Showdown was like easy pickings in order to try and get on the bandwagon and get features for a lot of that top level content in order to farm viewership. That was easily predictable here from what I can see. But everything else that's on this channel it still has a ways to go to get cultivated. High rank player, high rank player, high rank player, high rank player, and then 2xKO. So this channel has a lot of growing to do, respectfully. Yeah, see, and it's not even here. The channel is literally Muslim. Okay. The channel here also has to do with respect of a lot of growing in order to just contribute more respectfully and to be less of a bot and just doing bot shit. So respectfully speaking, this channel down. This is kind of bad. This is terrible. This is really, really terrible. Okay, so another one here. This one is one that does mean something to me, so I also will still mention this, but I'm not going to be biased about it. Yeah, the channel means a lot to me because this is the first channel that I found where I really wanted to try and get to that next level of fighting Dragon Ball to be good enough to be featured alongside a lot of the greats and be featured alongside a lot of these players here and whatnot, since I fight them in tournament a lot, or I fought a few of them in tournament a lot during that time. Not all of them, because I wasn't traveling or doing exponential means outside of just PlayStation at the time. I didn't have PC during this time, but I sought to really try hard and have enough love and devotion to the game with my life in order to eventually just be featured on this channel. It's because of Flying High that I dedicated a lot of my time to wanting to be featured on the channel. So this is another channel that was one of the earliest founding channels in the replay pool. It's called Flying High. This one was founded, I want to say, at the it was in 2022, 2021, I want to say, where the channel was originally founded at. Here, there's a lot of features here where they used footage from the game, and then generally just, left side, right side. This was one of the earliest iterations of the replay channel for the community. This was made by a man named Jeremy. He did a lot of really great work in capturing a lot of the late night games on that was either on Twitch or YouTube and early Kick and Mixer at the time. Anything that's on the general Dragon Ball feed that was good, high level, mid level ish play. It was before they started focusing just top level play. Anything that was generally along the way is what would end up here. And there's a lot of our EU and NA brothers and sisters on here that were a lot of the early warriors and early cats in the game. You got Tachikawa, you got your Kazunokos, you got Axises, obviously, you got Fever, you got Poten, Fenriddy, we got Sexy Bald Man. I remember I hosted that guy. Koga hosted that cat. That was a pretty good guy. Oblivion, that was the Japanese player. He's like one of the strongest Japanese players out there that was still playing today. He even went to Bum's birthday bash when Bum had like the big international. That was like the what was it? Not the House of Chaos, but it was the World of Chaos or something. I think it was one of his birthday bashes. I can't remember if it was 23 or 24, but I remember he had one where Oblivion was able to productively come out. I remember in early Rollback, when Rollback first had the beta, I actually had a chance to play against Oblivion. You have Capgon, you have Kawamatsu, you have Terry Bogard, you had Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes even tried playing Dragon Ball Fighters. For those of you guys that know Snake Eyes, the Potemkin player from Guilty Gear Strive, he used to be a Dragon Ball Fighters player, not a big one, but still a notable one all the same. Sick Nash fan, Mike and Ike's. Yeah, he even did stuff for Guilty Gear Strive here. Kawamatsu, Tempest, Black Iced, Aqua, Madone, Reynold, Fame. Yeah, like the list just goes on. All right, let's check and see what he had here in terms of the description down below. Because back here, this was a different time in the community where you didn't have to worry about finding. Bruh, so he even has. Okay, there's Aqua's stuff here, and Matoi is not here. Oh, he even has his own Twitter here for finding and Fly High stuff here. So Aqua, Matoi. Okay, hang on, let's go back. Let me look. Let's look for Fame and Reynold. Reynold, I know for sure has a Twitter, because I remember he posted when he got married earlier this year, last year. Reynold, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Fame, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Shad and Lost Souls. So let's look at Shad and Lost Souls. For those of you guys that know Shad L, that's it was one of the founding Janembas in Dragon Ball Fighters. Also a hell of an Anji in Guilty Gear. Also a hell of a Giovanna too. Shad, Twitter, and then here Lost Souls, the Twitch or Twitter actually. Scroll back up here. Axice and Terry Bogard. Terry Bogard, yeah, Wildlife and Terry Bogard, what the foo. Axice, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. It just doesn't miss a beat. Like, it's so ridiculously simple to just give credit to the platform where it goes. Like, it's so simple. So like, he gives really good credit for everybody that has a platform or that has a known platform that is open to the scene. Yeah, and even Dragon Von Doom, the homie Dragon Von Doom, and Cool Kid, DVD and Protons. Yeah, DVD with his Twitch and his Twitter. Cool Kid with his Twitch, the Twitter, and the YouTube. So again, this is a channel that does right by the thesis in being a proper replay channel for a community and communities that's here. Because he's one for Dragon Ball Fighters. He's done it for Guilty Gear. He's done it for let me go to playlists. Yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. The first Final Brain. The first Grand Blue game before the Rising came out. So he's done that for Grand Blue. He's done analysis for Marvel vs. Capcom. He's done Marvel vs. Capcom still for MVC3. MVC3 tournaments. Ryoku Fury, something from that stuff. So, okay, so yeah, Grand Blue, Guilty Gear, Fighters, and Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh, and Street Fighter X Tekken matches. So 5 different communities that he was able to do that for, in theory, is what we owe a lot for this for. It's such a... It's beautiful. It's a plus. It's easily just a plus. It is so simple during its time. And I pay good homage and respect to a founding channel like this. Unfortunately, we won't have anything like this anymore. I do want to it's kind of a pivot, but I do want to bring that up because it was about a few years ago also. But it was a few years ago when he had passed away. For those of you guys that do know, you know, and we kind of visit the channel from time to time. But for those of you guys that don't know, the founder of the channel, who was is a man named Jeremy. He was the founder of Flying High the channel, which was one of these things here. He passed away years ago. He'd been in the hospital for a good minute, and so he just stayed and talked with his viewers and the fans out here in some of the feeds that were down here, and just, you know, just fist bump and just hope that he's doing all right. And a lot of the communities miss him. I know I miss him. I miss a lot of the content that this man made over the years, and just doing what he does and doing what he loved, and that was bringing joy to the communities and the games that he loved. And he loved playing Guilty Gear, he loved himself some Dragon Ball, and he loved himself Marvel. And for a channel like this, thank you. Just I can't even thank you enough on behalf of like everything the channel has contributed to these scenes, and it's still here to uphold the test of time while we still are blessed to have something like this here. Okay, next one I'm going to take a look into is one of the more recent currents in our modern day ecosystem for Dragon Ball fighters. And so this one I'm also taking a look at is Fighting Dreamers. And so here, up at the top. So, yeah, welcome to the Fighter Dreamers channel. I'll be uploading hopefully daily content from Dragon Ball fighters and other fighting games. I hope you will enjoy the games. Pretty straightforward, pretty clear cut. And so here, it's also another Dragon Ball oriented upload channel that does this really consistently through the scenes, and has been doing this since 2024, 2025. It still has a good deal of growth that's going on with the scenes. Uploads also every patch generally that's going on. So every time there is a sudden patch that may or may not happen, or at least monthly, they all go into their own respective playlists. There's a decent amount of players that are here from old gen as well as new gen both. It's a mix of both respective generations. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and click on a few. And it does have it here. Let's see, and as we go through here, he also has interviews that's posted, so it's not just uploading content, but it's also respective interviews with players too, where it's from his Reflex show, because he does his own specific interview process, similar like what we do here. It's called the Reflect show, where he also sits and interviews a lot of the respective players across the continuity. So there's also those from North America, East Coast, West Coast. There's those from Japan. There's those from Europe. There's those from various parts of EU that I'm not thinking of. Everybody who's had a spotlight has a chance generally to be featured on here. Yeah. Huge thing here. Shingo's over here. Zanza, Stealth the Shank from up in Texas. Butters, C4, Vastforce, myself, Muffins, Raptor, MX, McBenedict, KLB, FDMs, Hakai, Bonrad. Like there's a lot of diverse people that are, for the most part, always here, that are featured in that's featured here in the content. Yeah, so for the most part, there's a lot of people that are always featured here in the content from all various parts. Additionally, it was on the homepage too. Hang on, because in addition for each of those things going on, he also has open collaborations where he does all these things that are open collaborations with stuff like with KLB in the Dead Zone circuit, or maybe Neo Judai and Motivation Academy, or the Iacon Battle circuit, or the Dragon's Pit that's also recently come up into the scene not too long ago for PC, where it's mainly just like big exhibitions, which I really like that concept, and it's something new that hasn't been featured in the scene in a long time, where you have exhibition focused events. And it's not even just here. There's also one over in the non-American side too that's also featured from time to time, or that's talked about in This Week in Fighters, or This Week in the FGC, that goes over things happening all over the algorithm for this one item. and it's really good. Like, it's really, really good, and it's really in-depth. So you get a lot of really in-depth games that go back and forth with a lot of new matchups. There's definitely a really huge insurgence that came up when Daima Goku came out. There's a lot of matchups that you just never taken the time to sit here and see that much of as we're going through. There's a lot of Daimas, as you can see. And then this week in DBFZ, which definitely take the time to tune in for some of these. If these are just as regular as they look, definitely take the time to sit and watch some of these, because there's always something new happening in the scene. It's just how you stay informed, right? So let's go on ahead. Let's take a look at, like, for instance, Goku Shingo. Yep, it's got Shingo over here in the audience too, and Goku. Muzan and Rumble. Yep. Let's see. Let's go Jin Kisaragi, because I know Jin Kisaragi is definitely like a big time content maker for the other side of the fence. Big cooler player. Yep. Hands. Yep. Jin Kisaragi. That's it. Yeah. So he has the contacts for all those. For those people in some videos, not so much in others, but they are still around and they're always relevant in order to try and find a lot of these people here. He also sources where the tournaments come from. He sources where the matches comes from. Yeah, has a starting page here for general posts from time to time. And he has a really active social feed. He has a really active social feed out here on YouTube. But he has an active social feed on Twitter, which this is a first, actually. This is the first of any of the replay channels that actually has a respective and consistent interactive social feed to talk with the players and talk with people. That way it's not just another person in the crowd that's just sitting and recording content. You actually are sitting to talk with people and getting to know people. That's what you want to do. That's how you want to get to know people, or get to know the community, and really be a part of and associated with the community that you want to be in. That's what I really like about how Fighting Dreamers does it, is because he takes the time to really develop his own identity by being really involved and connected with the scene and the communities, both here for America, for EU, for Japan. It's just he's really well integrated and well versed and in tune with a lot of the community's interests currently in playing the game, probably branching out to other games, but always staying in touch with each other. That way we all come from the same starting point or from the same continuum point. Because all the other channels that I looked at and that I featured here, they don't really have like an interactive projection of having an identity. They're just kind of looking like a bot channel, and I don't like that, where they don't really have like a personality that goes with the channel holder. You want to still interact somewhat with the community. That way, okay, we know that you're with the community. That way we got no problem playing. And none of that was with it. Majority of the other channels that were featured and talked about in order to have that open channel of communications. That's something that's here. That's something that's also with Flying High, like what I talked about earlier. And that's also something that was with GGOTUBE. So again, Fighting Dreamers is also something that I would say is a very strong thumbs up for me. This is a channel that really does it right in modern day communications and transparency with the players. And now, oh my God, why is this so long? Okay, so now this brings me back to my original tab that I was kind of ducking coming back to because it just looks like really sexy garbage. Looking at this channel already from afar, disrespectfully speaking, this just looks like a garbage channel already looking at it. And I don't even know the guy, and it's just like I need you to just look better in the presentation here for this. But okay, so this takes me back to BeAPro FGC. This is a new coming channel on the up and up that's trying to make a name for itself, I guess, like the others prior that I had talked about, where it's just sitting here in post after post after post, me take a look at the playlists here. Okay, so we got Sparking Zero, I guess. We have Marvel Tokon, 2XKO, one video from Mortal Kombat 1, Tekken 8, a Let's Play for High Rush, Guilty Gear Strive, 2 videos, a tutorial for Street Fighter 6. Bro, please. Live gameplay, Street Fighter 6, you got 97 videos. Okay. DBFZ, 1 video. Shorts. Let's see here. Sparking Zero's 29 videos. DBFZ, 1,243 videos. Everybody wants to be a pro. So the gaming FGC focuses on KOF, Street Fighter, Tekken, DBFZ, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, replays. Some of that's already capped. Watch and learn combos and strategy by all players in high-level matches. Also possibly capped. All the footage was recorded by me and compiled using the in-game replay system openly available for all players to view and share public replays, be that as it may. The footage was then edited in Magix Vegas. The purpose is for educational entertainment. All footage seen in this video is copyright free. The purpose of this video is to provide educational high-level content of the all games. So the viewer can learn new combos and more. Thank you very much. Thank you for watch. Okay, this is already horse shit right here because this is some stupid ass copy and paste bullshit right here. Next up is their Twitter, which apparently he does have a Twitter, BeAPro223. So let's go to the Twitter. Account is suspended. Why am I not surprised? All right, next let's go to Twitch. Settings/profile. Okay, so he doesn't know how to. So he doesn't know how the hell Twitch works. His Twitter got suspended. Luma.com. Let's see what this is. Okay, that's a bait and switch. And then here's his PayPal. Okay, there's already a lot of layers to this stupid ass shit. And the fact that this is a successful gaming channel is just pathetically disappointing. But let's keep going. Yeah, so right here. The KJ and D'Angelo matchup. This, I know for sure, was taken because this was a Dragon's Pit match from about 2.5 weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, that Starks hosted. I was there in the background. I didn't have a match that Dragon's Pit, but I had the one, either the one before or the one after is when I had my debut match in the Dragon's Pit. This one was the one that existed when the middle one that was a really big match that people were looking forward to, and it was only on Starks' channel, and he has access to this too. There was I got to look back over in Starks' Discord, but Bonrad said that there was a different thumbnail that this went by. Well, obviously before he changed it for whatever reason. So I'll just go ahead and try and see if I can find that at some point. Hang on, it's around here somewhere. I gotta find it. Here it is. Yeah, this shit doesn't make any sense here. It's 2 AI SS4s, Daimas. And then the one SS4 here on the left is literally just female Gogeta 4 with tits. Like, you didn't think anybody would notice that stupid shit? So let's see here. There's Underrated T and Sonico, Double Am and Comey. I have no idea who the hell Comey is, or Double Am. Taika and Jaden LP. Nolo Saparaso. Oh, I remember this from KJ stream. We'll see.
It's all or nothing.
Oh, and the names are wrong, actually. That's actually kind of godlike. The names are wrong. Thank you. See, at least one of the bots down here did actually correct him on that. The fact that this is incorrect. The name's got to be the other way around. But yeah, I remember this. I remember this from his stream not that long ago. So let's back up. Sonico, Petra. Go back to where I was. Intense Smile Liz and King KC. Let's pull this up. Yeah, no. Twitter, Prob by Gand, Twitch, and Discord. So let's take a look-see here. Go to BeAPro FGC. Tiz and Croya. Okay, so he's not English, so. And then Twitch, he still doesn't know how to do Twitch. Discord. Whose Discord is this? It doesn't matter because that shit's expired, so who gives a fuck? People are talking down here. No click. Okay, so bot behavior. Not from the people, but by the poster. Because, like, okay, you got people there that are talking to you, but you're not really talking to them for whatever that is. Puff Cake and Videct. Okay, this is again a Puff Cake and Videct match. I was just looking at one earlier from the other channel. Yeah, nobody even commented or liked, so they're not even giving him the engagement premise. Discord on this footage was recorded by myself. The footage was then edited with overlays, copyright-free music. The purpose of this video, no one likes filler content. Okay, so again, no. Mel and KJ Pixel. Let's take a look at this one. Again, no likes. This video has almost 10. This is literally some bot ass shit. Like, it's just people that have just been watching and watching the channel. It almost has 10K views. It literally is as much as the channel almost, and it's just people just watching. This guy's mixed up on US. They will be ran on a play. It's crazy work. Not gonna lie. That last move by Frieza was dirty. Who's this guy? Translate. The third fight makes no sense given KJ's brutal level in both defense and combos. Okay, so again, no. See here, Juanito, something. No. KJ and Taika, Gropus, Kinsey, Saragi. Let's see Gropus and Kinsey, Saragi here, and then let's also take a look at the Pred match. So Jinki, Saragi, Gropus, no likes, no links, except for his outdated shit. Tekken 8 Pros replays 1. Can you tell me how to hide the name? Wait, is this another bot down here in chat? Tekken 8 Pros replays. Tomorrow is still day 1. Hello, everyone. Tomorrow is TEKKEN Korean day 1. So, yeah. Okay, so again, this is people that can't spell. I don't know. But the lack of grammar is really, really concerning to me, and I hate to be a grammar Nazi, but I have to be one here in this case. That there's another channel that's trying to do the same stuff. Although also it's not surprising that there's also other channels from other communities where this may or may not be a thing. Like, there's other channels where it's difficult to even have the niche of having replay channels for you, or having replay channels out there. So that's even hard. That's even harder. And then in that regard, there's people that are, again, stealing content even in those niche areas. There's some characters in some scenes where I can understand where it's okay to have these things, because at least it's giving back to the scene in some sense where there isn't an already established avenue or funnel for viewership. But I can see there's other areas where, okay, that statement can probably be questioned depending upon how popular the IP is, or how popular the IP is, or how consistent the match quality is. If I could take a look back, okay, Black Vegeta, okay, I actually said Black Vegeta assessment. Again, no likes, just that. Could you use a pic of just Broly and Baby from, I don't know, their game playing? Why the AI slop? Thank you. Again, that's a good question. And disclaimer bullshit again. Okay, so I don't need to go any further because this is uploading. Shoot, this is like, it's uploading damn near like every day or every couple of days. It looks like there's an upload on here. But this goes back, this is just 3 months back, and I see something here, every single thing alongside the AI slop. So again, this is someone that's half-assing thumbnail creation instead of just taking from footage in the actual match. And you're using constant AI generated editing. Like, all of this stuff for this AI sloppy ass thumbnail creation is some of the most tactless ass bullshit I have ever seen in my artistic career, and that I've ever seen in the YouTube content making game. And the fact that this channel is still legitimized to allow this bullshit is just pathetic. But it's also predictable of the platform, because YouTube is pathetic sometimes in what they allow or what they condone. And so there is a continual misleading narrative here between engagement, between the links that are here that are not all applicable, between the lack of a social identity. Like, this is like the ultimate bot. You have constant cherry-picked matches here in order to make people look better or weaker than they are, because I bet you half of these aren't even from tournament plays. These are also from probably exhibitions, or these are also from casuals that these guys had, which also explains why some of these players don't even sound like they're players. Like, these also sound like these are just randos that just have the opportunity in fighting some of these people that isn't common, which means that you probably fought them in casual play, not like constructive matches and whatnot. And then again, re-uploading content without permission or attribution. Like, this is free, that you should be able to do this shit, and it didn't do this. Everything about this channel and its existence is just morally misleading. I know that's an odd thing to say, because morals is a very interesting word to use when it comes to integrity and understanding the transparency there is in scenes, or just understanding shit. Like, it's unfortunate that fellas got to be brain dead with a lot of this AI slop on the thumbnails. Like, if it's not for clipping, and I guess that's has to be fine, but then you're doing this for full sets of matches with thumbnails and then a title with descriptions, half-assed descriptions at that I'm reading on all this shit, and then your own links for your shit is just misleading things that take you elsewhere to this shit. Just no, this is all bullshit. This channel is like the biggest middle finger to the fighting game community that's existent. I personally want the poster to do better. I'm also understanding that people condone this because they don't care. They actually don't care about good quality or good work ethics. You just want the content. You just want the brain dead content. That way you can just see amazing ass shit, but you don't want to give back to the community. You want to have the right to complain about the shit that goes on in the community, but not just openly support it. You want to blindly disregard it by supporting shit like this that literally promotes a false facade of that pretense. It's just this burger slop ass shit. Like, I just hate this. I don't want the channel to be, to a degree, I actually do want the channel to be taken down. I'm not even gonna lie. I would like for this channel to be taken down and go away, and I could just deal with the other channels so far that I mentioned that just feel, even while questionable, for like one or two of them that I named. I would still deal with those than deal with this, because this one is bluntly lying to you. This channel is bluntly lying to you about the validity of matches, the validity of quality, the validity of source protection, and the integrity of the game. Damn, that hits the spot. There's a couple of other channels on there that I did come to mind later on when I stopped to think about it and go back into my feed. I didn't mention them here because I got to go back and try and find those things. The point is that I will still mention those channels. I'll go ahead and I'll put the links down below for other replay channels added into the collection. If there's any out there that I missed, then by all means, go ahead and send them to me. And then I can also add them down in the link below. The whole point in this is to also have like a collective assessment of all of the replay channels. That way it gives a collective roundabout idea of your interpretation of authenticity and what it's supposed to look like, how it's supposed to look like, how it's supposed to be genuine and not deceptive for the reader or for the viewer, or even for the player that's playing, to know, okay, your content is legitimately under care by this channel, and it's identified by this channel that this channel has your content, or you're here. When I think back to looking at all these channels that I've seen so far, the good ones and the bad ones, I think, okay, a practical authenticity checklist, and this is also for you, the viewers, that I want to leave you off on, is to think about this. When you're thinking about replay channels out there and how authentic they are, a practical checklist that you want to have when you find a replay channel, ask yourself, can I verify where the replay was originated from? Does the video accurately represent what happened? Does the channel have like a long, consistent history? That'll give you an idea whether or not it's new or it's not to this rodeo. Are there obvious attempts to drive me to suspicious external sites? Would players in that game's community recognize the channel as a reliable source? So like, if you think about this community, or you think about Marvel's community, or you think about Strive's community, like what's the first replay channel that comes to mind? That point. What's the first replay channel that comes to mind that is roughly legitimate? It's like here you can argue Zeus's, you can argue Fighting Dreamers now, you can argue Fly High Once Upon a Time. Like there's a lot of resources that can lead you to the correct answers and the correct ones for you. So I leave you all the resources here in the description in order to draw your own conclusions respectfully for what you think is an authentic channel to you. Because what I think I can tell which ones are authentic and which ones actually are not authentic and are just there in fake channels. But this is also for you guys, the viewers, to decide and to determine what is important to you, what is authentic to you, what is real. How do you know if these people are real or fake, or they're just gouging you to milk you for your talent, not actually for your personality? Think about a lot of these things here in hunting and finding replay channels that are just out here from time to time, and just think about the identity of the person behind the camera here sometimes, and what is their means to trying to establish the channel for themselves, or is it for the community? Strong questions to ask yourself. And so I'll leave you with that. You guys know where to find me, right? Like I always say, till all are one.